Hi, I'm Jamila Musayeva, an international etiquette consultant and author of etiquette books and pre-recorded online etiquette courses. In today's video, I'm going to tell you how to become more charismatic. Charisma is a character trait that is buildable. It's something that we can learn, that is something that we can work on. There are some people that are born with more disposal towards becoming charismatic, but it's definitely something that is a compilation of different kind of characteristic traits that makes you charismatic. It's not like like being naturally gifted or smart. It is something that you can work on building the things that people consider others to be charismatic for. So the first very important thing that you have to learn to cultivate in yourself is to learn to become energetic, because it's the energetic people that are often considered charismatic. You know, there's actually this whole idea about you can test yourself if you're someone with a lot of good energy is if you walk into a store, there was no one there before, you walked in and more people started coming in, or you were standing in line in front of a shop, there was just no one, and then all of a sudden there's a whole line of people. I actually found myself observing this more and more whenever I entered a space that was empty. After some time, more and more people entered. That means that your energy is so attractive that more and more people are drawn to that place. So learning to become energetic, either through doing more exercise, learning to just uplifting your mood, learning to putting yourself in a certain mindset that brings more energy to you is very important. To every person is different. For some people it could be listening to uplifting music. For some people it would be working out. For others it would be going on a long walk. Whatever is your way of boosting your energy, do that. The more you learn and put yourself into this mindset of having more energy, the more charismatic you're deemed by people. Another thing that I wanted to touch upon when I'm talking about energetic is not just being always happy, but it has to do a lot with just being on high energy. Think about it. If someone gets hyped about a project or something, a task that they have to do, maybe a trip, you tend to get hyped together with them. It's very contagious when someone is overflowing with energy and they're like, let's go and let's do it. I know some people like that in my life that are super energetic, and I can definitely tell you that their energy is very contagious, and you want to join these people more, you want to collaborate with them more, you want to be around them more. So definitely being energetic is something that makes you more charismatic, though that alone will not just be enough to become charismatic. It's one of the traits that does help you be more charismatic to others. The second thing that I would work on is definitely being more open and being more positive in general. People that are closed off to others, people that are tending to become more melancholic, or the ones that are more depressing, or the ones that are, I would even say, maybe realistic in a way, they tend to drain other people's energy with their own reality and with their perception of the world. And so it's pretty much unlikely that you'll find a charismatic person to be also very depressing and melancholic. Usually these people are very positively, they have a very positive attitude to life. They are positively energized. They think that the world is beautiful, that everything around is beautiful. They find beauty in little things. They get to enjoy little things like a good cup of coffee, maybe beautiful sky. Again, these people are the ones that tend to bring more people in by merely seeing more beauty around them and being more positive. Of course, that doesn't mean that you have to have this plastered smile all over your face the whole time, but when you put yourself into this mindset that, I'll try to find beauty in everything around me, I'll try to, put out the positive energy to the world, it's likely that this is going to make you more charismatic and more appealing to others around you. The third important trait that I find to be very true to all charismatic people that I've ever met is that they are unapologetically authentic. They are so authentic that you are sometimes surprised that, whoa, like you are very true to yourself. And that's, I think, the beauty of charismatic people is that they're very rarely similar to each other. You can find very different people from different fields of work, from different age groups, different backgrounds, ethnicities, so on and so forth, to be charismatic. It's not like this so to speak, this beauty standard where there's a certain thing that is considered beautiful and all the rest is kind of not. Charismatic people come in all shapes and sizes, and it's really just the energy they are exuding that makes people being attracted to them. So being authentic to yourself, understanding your strength, understanding your weaknesses, understanding what you're good at and what you're not, having some self-ironies, kind of a self-humor about yourself, things that you're not good at, or maybe the things that make you weak. So being honest about them, owning them, and having a bit of a self-humor about those things will definitely make you more appealing to others. So it's like when you know what your weakness is and you own it and you're fine with it and you're still yourself, there's nothing people really can catch you on. There's nothing people can trigger you on. There's nothing that people can make you feel vulnerable, because you already know what it is and you don't need anyone to be pointing it at you. And I find it to be such a strong trait when you own who you are and you're being yourself no matter where you are. I've seen nothing more uncharismatic, unattractive as someone trying to please everyone and really change under every single group of people. So if someone is into arts, they're into arts. If someone is into music, they're into music. Not to say that you can't be into both, but you understand what I mean. It's like there are some people that are strictly nature people, and there are people that are into love cities, and then there are people that love cities when they're with city people, love nature when they're with nature people, and so they're all over the place. And sometimes they have these traits of all different groups of people or all different likes, where it's like it's hard to tell what is the true authentic self. Obviously you can be interested in a lot of things, but really just not trying to people please and not trying to fit into every single category of people around you, and just being yourself is very, very attractive. The fourth important trait I think every charismatic person that I've met in life has is that they are super competent. They are very good at what they're doing. It might be, playing music, it could be knitting, it could be literally anything. It doesn't have to be some top-notch profession that they're good at. It doesn't have to be like the top lawyer that you've ever met. It could be just someone who, has a really nice handwriting. Whatever it might be, there's something they're super good at. They are very competent usually in their field of work, in the profession that they do, or maybe in the hobby that they have. And that by itself can be so attractive to everyone around, because obviously we can't be great at everything. We could be good at a lot of things, but it's impossible to be a master at every single thing that you do. So being good at a lot and being great at something one really makes you stand out from the rest. And it's something that a lot of people find attractive, and people are drawn to you for what you're good at. Maybe they're interested in the subject that you're doing, or maybe they're just in awe of how you're handling things, whatever that you're great at. So being competent is definitely something that makes you charismatic, and that builds on to the next point, which also helps you to become charismatic, but also is tied to competence, and that is confidence. Being confident is oftentimes synonymous with charisma, but I wouldn't say it's always the same. I've seen some confident people that are not charismatic. I haven't seen actually anyone charismatic who wouldn't be confident. So I think being confident is one of the traits of being charismatic, but being confident alone doesn't always necessarily make you charismatic. So as I told you earlier, being charismatic is really an amalgam, a really combination of different traits. And so being competent in something helps you build that confidence. I think when you are confident for no reason, you don't have anything to show, you don't have anything to do, and you're not good at anything, but you just feel like you are everything, that is a snobbish thing. That's like a bubble that you live in. It could be easily broken by anyone who's good at what, or know that you're not actually truly confident, but you're just faking it. So I think when your confidence is really backed up by your competence, by your skill sets, by the things that you're able to do, by the kind of traits that you have, it really makes your confidence have this really strong ground. So confidence and competence are characteristics that one must have in order to be charismatic. The next and the last two traits that I think every charismatic person I've ever met had, and those are tied together again as the confidence and competence these are also very much linked into each other, and that is a charismatic person is the one that is interested in others, He's not there to be interesting to others, because he knows by default he is. He's interested to get to know other people. He's interested in involving everyone to come together. He's interested that everyone is having a good time. I've noticed actually that every time that I'm invited to a party, say a networking event, there's someone who is hosting it. Let's call that person the host. So when they are charismatic, they really allow every single guest to be seen, to feel seen, and to just think that they are the center of this event. So the charismatic person really puts others in center of attention and interest rather than trying to be interesting. I often find myself that when I leave an event where the host has made the guests feel like the center of the event, everyone walks out saying, oh, that person was amazing. What an amazing host. He's so attentive. He's so this and so that. And it's usually that makes the person look charismatic to others. Because when the person really, whoever is trying to bring the attention only to themselves, most people will consent that this person is just trying to be the center of attention. They're not really charismatic. They want to look like one. They are almost like obliging others to pay attention to them. But charisma is something you can't force, like love. You really can't force others to make them think that you are charismatic. Charismatic is something that people almost smell. They scent it, they feel it, like love. They can't put their finger onto what it is that makes you charismatic, but they usually feel that you are. And so if you're forcing it, if you want to be the center of attention, definitely you're not someone I would consider charismatic. But when you want to give the floor to others, when you're just being yourself, when you are open to others, you're energetic and you are authentic, people are drawn to you automatically and they do consider you charismatic. And the last final point that is tied to not trying to be the most interesting, but the most interested person in the room is being a great listener. Charismatic people are the best listeners. They're the ones that listen more and speak less. Ironically, they're not the ones that are loud. They're not the ones that are obnoxiously trying to take everyone's attention and talk a lot. They're the ones that are quiet, that give space to others, and they're just their energy that brings people in, that draws people in. And I assure you, some of the most charismatic people in history, some of the most charismatic people that you probably know around you are really great listeners. They will make you feel like you're so special. They'll make you feel like you're everything to this world, and they will make you want to open up to them. They'll make you want to tell everything you want to tell and share, and that is because they are great listeners. If they weren't great listeners, you wouldn't be sharing anything with them. We usually do remember people that make us feel seen, wanted, remembered. When they notice us, that's what makes us being drawn more and more to them. So to wrap this all up, I think these are 7 essential traits that any charismatic person should possess. All these traits actually are learnable, as you could tell. It's nothing that people are born with. Most of them are something that we can teach ourselves to become. And through this combination of all these traits, we become overall more charismatic. And to just help you really learn to be more charismatic, I would give you this exercise, which is something I usually do with my students in class, and that is find maybe 3 people, I would say, of any gender that you like. Even if you're a woman, you can look up to some men that you find charismatic. So write down the name of these 3 people, watch some videos, maybe some footage of these people, try to find people that are from this era, so you can actually find footage of them talking, maybe being in an interaction with someone, maybe in the room with others. Maybe you know these people personally, maybe it's a friend of yours or colleague or mentor, whoever it is, and try to observe what are some things that makes you feel like they're charismatic, and write down under their name maybe 7, maybe 10 traits that you find that makes them charismatic. And then try to put all those traits of 3 people, so you have altogether say 30 traits, and then try to find similarities or the places where these traits cross. So maybe you would say they're confident, and you write that for everyone. So confidence gets a mark of 3. If it's intelligent, then maybe only 2 people were intelligent, 1 wasn't so intelligent, then you could write intelligence 2. And then you can rank the traits for yourself and see. If you want, obviously, you can do it for more people, but 3 people is enough. And then try to see what are those traits that these people have that make you think that they're charismatic. And then work on to develop those traits in you, I guarantee you everything is learnable, everything is doable, reachable if you put your mind into it. If you want to become charismatic, you should work on it and build it like a muscle. You can't expect to have a good body if you don't work out and eat clean. You can't expect to be charismatic if you don't cultivate all these traits in you. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what are your thoughts on charisma. Who do you think is charismatic? Write in the comment section below. I love to take notes on your suggestions as well as read what you have to tell me and share your stories. Also, if you're still with me here and if you'd like to learn more about etiquette, you can join my etiquette movie club that every month I feature etiquette analysis of different kind of movies. So far I've done over I think 40 different movie analysis, and by joining it now you can access all those etiquette reviews, and this is an exclusive content only available for my patrons on my Patreon Etiquette Movie Club. Also, if you want to deep dive into etiquette, you can get my books that are available on my website for international shipment, as well as join my 2 pre-recorded online courses for etiquette. One is called Western Formal Dining Etiquette from A to Z, that teaches you everything you need to know about how to host, how to go to a restaurant, have a formal dinner, how to eat your soup, your starter, your dessert. And the second course is called The Art of Entertaining at Home, where I teach you how to set up a table according to 4 different seasons, how to wrap gifts, how to be a gracious host. Both of these courses are pre-recorded, which means you can watch them at any time, anywhere in the world. As well, the 2 courses give you a certificate of completion. Thank you so much for watching this video up until this moment, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!